I just want to say a few words about Larry. He was the first Mr. Olympia. It was about at the end of 1964. We were eating at a Matador restaurant, and poor Larry was very unhappy. He just won the Mr. Universe and Mr. America titles. He said, "What am I going to do now, Joe? There's no more other contests I can enter. Why should I retire so young?" So we said, "Well, Larry, we got to think of a title so we can keep all the champions in the game, because usually at that time you can only win a title once. And usually the winners were very young and they haven't reached the peak of perfection. So we decided to have a contest to bring in all the champions and they can repeat and win as much as possible the event." So we sat down, we had to develop a title. So we said, "Well, what should we call it?" And Larry and I, we were just having some beer at that time after our meal. And guess what we were drinking? Olympia beer. So we decided we'll call him Mr. Olympia. And he was really happy that he competed and he showed up and he was a great champion. Yeah.
It's going great.
Yeah.
Maybe Larry wants to say something.
You want to say something, Larry?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Larry.
You're all right.
Joe's going to go on and talk forever.
Go on.
You want to set this up so when it comes your turn, you can talk. It's a great honor, as you can imagine, to stand here next to all these champions and to be a part of them. I mean, there are no words. There are no words. You can feel it yourself. To be able to see the champions of your sport and to be here at a night when they're all here together, and for me to be able to stand on the stage next to them, you can imagine the honor it is. And I want to pay special tribute to my friend Joe. I would not be even known in this industry if Joe hadn't have continually put my face in the magazines and supported me and helped me in advertising and so forth. And so I want him to know publicly in front of each one of you that he's been a great and loyal friend, and I really appreciate him.
Sergio, when he was at his peak, he was unbelievable. I remember one day we met in Chicago, and I invited him to a very sophisticated restaurant, and he had to wear a shirt and a tie. And sure enough, Sergio came in with his tank top and with his medals in front of him, and I thought it was going to throw all of us out, but not Sergio. And they looked at him. The maitre d' didn't say a word. The place was quiet. They just stared and stared at him. He was absolutely, it was wonderful, fabulous sight you can imagine when he was in shape. And even now, I won't dare to talk with him at all.
Say something, Arnold.
I think.
Thank you. I won't say much. Joe already said it all. I thank you for being here. Appreciate it. God bless her all. Here's Arnold.
If it wasn't for Arnold in the mid-70s, when he hit his peak, and bodybuilding was just becoming famous because of television and publicity and so forth, they figured, you know, they always try to ridicule bodybuilders. They had only brawn but no brain. So they thought they would get Arnold on the show and try to make a fool of him, to downplay bodybuilders. But fortunately, he turned the tables on them all. He made them all look silly with his charm and his personality and all. But he decided, maybe if they can do it, these fellows, I'll do it better. And he decided that he wanted to be in the movies, and actually he outperformed them all, and he became one of the greatest of all superstars. I'm always glad, and I'm very proud of Arnold, and the sport is very proud of him too. Thank you, Arnold.
This is so emotional.
Anyway, I only have one anecdote, and that is that this whole thing of me becoming part of this Olympia competition was very simple. It was 1966 when I received a phone call from Joe Weder when I was in Germany. And on the other side it said, "Arnold, I want to make you a champion. I'm going to give you all my protein. I'm going to put you on all my covers all over the world and make you a big champion. What do you say?" And I said to him, "Joe, you got it. I'm coming." So this is where everything began. I came over here to America in 1968. I started competing in 1969. I'm one of the unique Olympians, I think, because I have the talent of having lost the Mr. Olympia contest against this great champion. I've promoted the Mr. Olympia competition, and I also have won the Mr. Olympia. So I think this is a unique thing to have, right? But in any case, let me just tell you, without this creation of the Mr. Olympia competition, without what you have done for bodybuilding, Joe, which I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, really, all jokes aside, you have really done this whole thing. You have given us the inspiration that we all had to train year after year, that there was a step beyond the Mr. Universe competition. That we had something to go for and to train every day 4 or 5 hours. This was your creation, this is your baby here, and this is why we're all here today. You are the one that brought me to this country. You are the one that gave us all the inspiration. You are the one that created this great title, and we want to thank you all, and you deserve this gift. That's why we all flew in here to just be with you on this special day on our 30th anniversary. Thank you very much, Joe, and thank all of you. Thank you.
Now, what can we say about little Franco? You know, Arnold was here for a few months, and I learned of his great salesmanship. He says, "Joe, I'm training hard, but I need my training partner. He's in Germany. I will want you to help me to bring him over." He says, "He is powerful. He's a massive. He will push me." So I said, "Okay." We sent for Franco. And what do you think? I expected Franco to be 6 feet tall, 230 pounds to push Arnold, and then I was surprised to see him. But after knowing him and training with him a bit in the gym, every word that Arnold said about Franco was true. He was one of the strongest men I've ever met, charming. Every time he was on the cover with that smile of his.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. You know, after Arnold's speech and Joe's speech, I can go home now. But I want to say one thing. Joe, you know, everybody here is going to say good things about Joe. But he's not the best person walking, believe me. Okay? When I came here, we were getting little money from Joe, and I said to Arnold, "Look, we go shopping Friday, we buy a few steaks, and by Tuesday the food is gone. We need a raise." And in 1970, Arnold won Mr. Olympia, I won Mr. Universe, and I said, maybe we should get together, have a dinner for Joe, and ask for a raise. And Arnold says, good idea, but you have to lift 700 pounds in that lift. I said, good. I killed myself training. We go to Venice Beach, all three, and there are people watching and everything, and I lifted 700 pounds like up, almost 2 reps, and then Joe walks away like he was pissed off. And I then said, okay, I said, Arnold is going to handle the talking because Arnold was always good in business, you know, like, let me talk, you know. So we get home, I cook the steaks and put the wine, and I say, Arnold, ask him for the raise now. No, he says, wait. I said, give him more wine. So we are sitting there. You know, finally, when Arnold starts to open his mouth, Joe can read what he's up to. And he goes, come on, Franco is a lazy bastard. I said, yeah? Oh, yeah. You know? He used to put 800 pounds and forget all this monkey business, you know, and get really into this bodybuilding and powerlifting. I love power. And we got a little raise by like 1%. But anyway, I want to thank you very much because... No, I'm serious. Because without you, I will not be here. And 30 years of history making, 30, all the Mr. Olympias are here. It's a real history, and there are only 9 Mr. Olympias, 30 times Mr. Olympia here. And we thank you for everything, and we should do it again. Thank you.
Thank you, Franco.